Alright guys, this is going to be a comprehensive comparison video between professional paint cleaning clays and consumer retail garbage. And like I said, don't knock it. If you guys use this stuff, that's okay. You know, if that's what you could afford and that's what you're happy with and you like the result, continue using it. I just want to give you guys my professional opinion as far as why I don't like this stuff and why I prefer the Meguiars Professional and the 3M Perfected. 3M Perfected is number one, hands down. So if you look at these kits, like you could pick up the Meguiars or the Mother's kit for like 20 bucks. So you get 2 bars of clay in both kits. You get the microfiber cloth and you get a bottle of spray detailer. Now, if you look at the marketing, now with 60% more clay, 200 grams, 2 100-gram clay bars, they're trying to market the volume. Hey, we're giving you more junk for the same price. And that's really what it is. It's not about quantity when it comes to this process. It's about quality. I'll show you in the demonstration. Why would you want to spend $20 on this product to do the same application 2, 3, or 4 times to get the result of any of those products that are double the price and to get the result with one application? I mean, think about it. It just doesn't make any sense anymore. Now, something that I wanted to show you guys, and I haven't seen any videos on this, that's why I'm doing this video for you guys. The paint cleaning clay technology originated in Japan in the 80s. Now, a lot of people don't know that, but it was originally for the body shop industry, and it still is, you know, primarily for removing overspray. Now, I remember back in 1990, 91, I tried my first cleaning clay. It was distributed by Malco. It was a pink bar, and when I used it, I was blown away. I said, I can't believe that we could eliminate the heavy compound, the medium cut, and then the final polish. So you could eliminate the heavy cut and the medium steps of preparing the surface, and then you could skip straight into the fine correction, you know, with your rotary buffer, or today, you know, with the dual action and orbital buffers. But it's really interesting because, you know, back in the days, you know, I've been doing this since like the late 80s into the 90s, you know, this is over 20, 27, 28 years. And whenever there was sap or anything on the bottom of the cars, a technique that we used to use, and, you know, nobody really does it today. I mean, maybe some old timers will still do it. We would take a towel and we would spray either kerosene or gasoline. Now, don't think I'm crazy. This is what we did back then. And the gasoline back in the 80s and early 90s didn't have all the junk and ethanol that we have today. So we used to take the rag, mist it down, and then go on the bottom of the car, and it would take off all the tar, all the sap, anything that was accumulated on the bottom of the car that was really hard to get when you were buffing the car, because it's really hard to get down on there. Even when, you know, back in the days we only had wool pads, and we would have different versions of the wool pads. So, you know, along came paint cleaning clay. You know, it was introduced in the 80s, and then, like I said, I first used it around 1990, 1991, and I was blown away by it. And like I said, I never stopped using it since. And once 3M came on board and Meguiar's Professional with that type of a product, I haven't switched back since. So a lot of the stuff here, like this stuff here, this is not mine. This is my neighbor's. I went over there earlier. I borrowed it. I'm just using this for a demonstration. He bought it about a year ago. He swears up and down he's going to clay his cars. He's never going to do it. He doesn't listen to me. He doesn't want to buy the good stuff. He wants to buy the cheap stuff. I don't care. It's not my car. He does what he wants. He's not a car crazy lunatic like I am. So, like I said, for 20 bucks, look what you're getting. It's all about, let's promote it. Let's market it. Hey, we're giving you 60% more junk. This stuff is sold through Walmart, through, you know, any online retailer, any auto parts store. You could get any of this stuff here. Now, the Chemical Guys stuff, I didn't pay for this. This was given to me about a year ago as like a freebie, just because I buy so many towels and stuff from them. So they threw this stuff in. Now, if you look at it, I'm going to pull it out. And I think this goes for like 15 bucks. But look at the similarities here. I mean, seriously, this is the Mother's. This is the Chemical Guys. It looks pretty similar to me, right? And look at the Griots Garage. You know, the Griots Garage looks like they may have thrown in a little bit different tint. But what's interesting about this cheap stuff, the stuff that's made in California or made in America, it's very sticky. It's very easy to bend and manipulate in your hands, which is fine, you know. But the thing is, when you're using this, and even though that it's not that aggressive, after you're on the surface multiple times, and let's say your lubricant runs out, this is going to like mar the surface. You're going to get the residue all over the paint, and you got to go back over it. You got to rub it all out. You got to check your work, and you're just wasting time. So, like, you know, $20 here, $23 here, and you know, like I said, it's not really giving you a superior product. Like, you'll never see any of this stuff in a professional high-end detail shop. You'll never see it. If you see somebody using this stuff on a Ferrari, run out of there. Because if they're charging you a couple of grand to detail your car and you see this crap, even in the shop, run out of there. Don't use that shop. And the same thing goes through for a body shop. Now, Griot's Garage, like I said, everybody loves Griot's Garage. You know, they send you 10 catalogs a month. If you guys don't know Richard Griot, you know, he's got a lot of money. He's a very, very wealthy guy. He spends a lot of money on marketing, a lot of money on advertising. The only thing good about this, it's a nice container. So I bought this stuff, you know, just to try out about 2 years ago, and it's been sitting in my, you know, in my cabinet. I just don't use it. It sucks. It's too sticky. It doesn't work, you know, taking off what I need. Heavy contaminants, heavy sap in the first application just doesn't do the job. So, you know, this stuff is about $30, you know, maybe a little bit more with shipping. And to be honest with you, you see what they're doing? It's the marketing. They're trying to make it look like the professional packaging. They want to give you a nice container and say, hey, this is what we're giving you. We're giving you a heavy 8-ounce bar of clay, and we're going to give you a nice container, and we're going to keep sending you those nice catalogs every week for the rest of your life, whether you buy something or not. So I mean, I don't know how they're able to do that, but you have to think about this. Meguiars and Mothers are huge international brands. They have multi-million-dollar marketing campaigns. So they could have fancy boxes. They could do fancy web banner ads online. They could do all of this stuff. They could give this stuff away at, you know, trade shows and car shows all over the world. But like I said, this is catering to the consumer. They want the consumer to think they're getting a good deal, they're getting a superior product, and they're getting something that's going to be great the first time out of the box. And some guys that never used clay before, like I've been using this stuff almost 30 years. Some guys that use this stuff think this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, just from using like the cheap stuff, but they haven't used the good stuff. And this is what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to really think about the purpose of what you want to do with your cars, how you want to paint correct them, how you want to, you know, detail them, and how you want to maintain them. Because if you have a nice car and, you know, you really care about your car, you're worried about the, you know, the maintenance, the value in the end, stick with the good stuff. I mean, this stuff will maybe get you by. If you have a lot of time to kill, you want to clay your car 3 times before you know, paint correct it with the, you know, like a fine cut polish and a dual action, go for it. I mean, it's totally up to you. But me, my time is money. I don't want to do the job 3 times. I want to do the job 1 time, knock it out, call it a day, and move on, because I have other things to do. So another thing to also, these cheaper kits are giving you the very cheap, you know, made in China, you know, microfiber cloths. So, like I said earlier in the intro, this technology, this chemistry, this product originated in Japan. The Meguiars, I'm going to show you guys, if you can see it on camera, clay made in Malaysia. Okay, that's just as bad as made in China. Mothers, made in USA. Most likely the same company that's making the Griot's Garage and same company that's doing Chemical Guys. And for anything that we know, Chemical Guys can be making all this stuff for these brands. You know, these couple of, I mean, they're so similar in consistency. They're so similar in their effectiveness. It just leads me to believe that it might be made in the same factory. And this is not saying where it's made in the Griot's Garage. It's just giving you the Griot's Garage address. So the Griot's seems to be the stickiest and the most annoying to use. That's just my particular feedback. I mean, you know, some of you guys might love it, but this stuff feels like it's got contact cement on it. It's annoying. I don't like it. I don't like any of these. They suck, in my opinion. Now, moving over here, this is my clay of choice. And we're going to go show you the jar. And if you can see that, 3M, it's made in Japan. Now look at the price tag. I buy this from Sherwin-Williams Automotive, $52.46. That's what I pay for this. So I get a discount, of course, but this is, you know, this is what this stuff goes for. It's expensive. It's more money than all of this, but this does the job that this can't do in the first shot. And to be honest with you, it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. So now meguiars, we have two meguiars products here. We have the consumer crap and we have the professional. You see this? It says professional detailing clay. Look what it says. Made in Japan. Okay? So, my opinion, take it with a grain of salt. I don't really care. I mean, like I said, I know what I do with my cars. Use the product that comes from Japan. They originated the technology. They perfected it. This is the product of choice in every premier detailing shop around the world and auto body shop around the world. They're not using this. This is commercial consumer stuff that tries to mislead the consumer thinking that they're going to get the same results as the big guys. No, they're not. They're not going to get the same results. And whenever I use any clay, whether it's meguiars or the Perfected, I use the Chemical Guys VO7. I like this when I'm claying a car. It just works well. I just missed it out. And like I said, in the demonstration video on my Shelby, you'll see exactly how it works. It's super effective. And I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, 30 bucks, 45 to 50 bucks, 30 bucks again, 20 bucks, 15 bucks, and about 20 bucks here. So, the choice is yours, depending on how much money you want to spend. I mean, if you're on a budget, stick with this. If you have a lot of time to kill, like I said, I don't want to spend 3 hours claying a car. With the 3M Perfected, and when I have a complete new batch of this, I can clay most of my cars in between 30 to 45 minutes. That's going from the roof down to the rocker panel. Now, if I want to do the wheels, that'll take me a little bit longer, at least another 45 minutes if I want to do the wheels, if I want to go that crazy. Now, if you're going to do this stuff, and let's say it takes you 3 applications to get the same result, now you're at 3, 4, 5 hours into the job. Now, unless you're getting paid to spend that kind of money, why bother? That's just my take on this stuff. So, I had my car parked under a sap tree last night. I got a lot of contaminants on my GT350. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to have to clay the car. I got all of this stuff in stock. This stuff is all mine. This stuff isn't mine. This was a freebie. And I figured now's probably the perfect time to do this video because a lot of guys are doing videos on how great this stuff is. And I don't think it's that great. So comparing it to this and this, no comparison. You're not going to find fancy catalogs. You're not going to find this stuff on fancy websites. You're not going to find, all these other bloggers and stuff talking about this. This is professional grade product. Pick it up, buy it. I guarantee you're never going to look back because, this stuff is phenomenal. The stuff coming from Japan works. It works better and far superior than any of the stuff made in China, Malaysia, California, or anywhere else. So take my advice, try it out, and if you guys have feedback on this product or any of this other product, feel free to comment. But some of you guys may say, hey, I love this stuff and it works great, and this stuff works great. I've been using it for years. You know what? If you're happy, stick with what you're doing. I just wanted to give you a comparison as far as what I use on my collector cars, what I've used on customers' multi-million-dollar cars, and stuff that I use on a regular basis that does the job effectively. And like I said, this stuff is going to last you a while. There's no shelf life. So you could spend 50 bucks here and spend 30 bucks here. And now you're at 80 bucks. And you have clay that could probably do a couple of cars, and it'll last you a couple of years. So, we're going to go over outside, and I'm going to show you a demo on the GT350. And you be the judge, and I'm going to try to show you close-ups of each piece of clay. And I'm going to show you the level of contaminants that's embedded in each piece of clay. I hope the camera can pick it up in detail, but I really want you guys to see it so you guys can make really good, educated, and informed decisions when the next time you decide to clay your car and do a paint correction. Do it right, do it faster, and do it better. Alright guys, I'm going to do a demo of the various paint cleaning clays that I have on hand today. And we're going to use my GT350 because unfortunately I parked it at a friend's house last night under a tree and it's loaded with contaminants. So I'm going to just show you. I hope you guys can get the audio. I mean, you could hear it. It feels terrible. It's really rough. There's a lot of sap on the car. There is some soot on the car, I think from the charcoal grill, you know, being in the air and blowing around, and it just feels like crap. So I'm going to put the camera back on the tripod, and I'm going to show you the 4 different demonstrations here with all the different clays. V07, you know, I use this stuff for everything. This is Mother's. This is the cheap crap that you get at the auto parts store. Borrowed it from a friend, and I just want to show you that it works, but it doesn't work 100% unless you do it 2 or 3 times, and that's the issue that I have with this product. You know, you look here, I'm going to zoom in. I mean, we have some contaminants, but we don't have a lot. Now let me just wipe that down. I'm going to run my hand across, and I still feel a lot of stuff in the paint. So, like I said, this is going to probably take more than 1 application with the cheaper product. So I'll do it again. That's about 45 to 50 back and forth motions on this one section. Let's see. Ah, it missed a few. Here, here, over here. I could feel it. So this is the reason why I don't like this stuff. Okay. This one here is the Griots Garage, another consumer retail clay. And to be honest with you, I think all the yellow clays are the same because they just work the same, they feel the same, and they're just as ineffective for my needs as all the other stuff out there. So I got about 25 passes, and look, I mean, there's some stuff that it picked up. There's a helicopter above, so hang tight. It picked up some, but it didn't pick up all. Give it a wipe. Yeah, so we need to do another pass. And this is what annoys me with this stuff. I mean, if you're going to do the entire car with 2 or 3 passes, it's going to take you hours. It really is. So I don't see the benefit in any way whatsoever in buying the retail, consumer, commercially heavily marketed products that they work, but they don't work 100% with 1 application. And that's what gets me heated with this stuff. And that's why I wanted to do this video today for you guys. And look at that. That's a second pass, and there's a little contaminants showing here and here, but this whole area is like brand new. It didn't pick anything up. Let's wipe it down. It still has some stuff right here. I'm gonna go for the 3rd application. And like I said, I don't know about you guys, but time is money, and who has time to go over the same section of a car? And like I said, my car is very well maintained. This is not a car that's beat up. This is just contaminants that got on the car last night, overnight. So this is not stuff that's been embedded in the paint for months or even years. And the stuff just like falls apart. I mean, you could see it here, you know. Let's see. Let's see if the 3rd application took everything off. Put that back. Yes. So after 3 applications, that worked. Now, this is the Meguiars Professional Commercial Grade Clay Bar. Not the stuff you get in the auto parts store. This is what the body shops and pro detailers use. They use Meguiars Professional and they use 3M Professional. So I'm going to give it a mist. And we're going to go. And you could see, I hope in the camera, right there, that it picked up contaminants throughout most of the surface area that was touching the paint. Okay? And I only did about 15 back and forth motions, but I know the product because I've been using it for years. And it's all gone. One application, all gone. Meguiars Professional. Now this is my favorite. This stuff is the 3M Perfected. I've been using this for a number of years. It's expensive. It's the most expensive out of the bunch, but I also think it's the best. I say it's the best because this removes overspray, unlike any other clay in the market. This removes contaminants that are embedded in the paint for like a long periods of time, one shot. So watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 15. And look at the clay bar. You could see the entire surface is covered in particular contaminants, the entire surface. Okay? And I went 15 strokes front and back. Okay? So it's a little hard for you guys to see this. I should have used a white car, but I'm doing it on my car right now. The other car's not back yet from the city, but smooth as glass, smooth as glass. So I just showed you guys 3M Perfected, Meguiars Professional, Griots Garage, which is, in my opinion, junk, Mothers, which is I think identical to the same yellow junk that Chemical Guy sells. I'm going to go through prices here. The Mother stuff is about 20 bucks, and you get a microfiber cloth, you get 2 clay bars, and you get spray detailer. 20 bucks. The Griots Garage is about 25 bucks. Comes in a nice little container. This Meguiars Professional is about 27 to 30 bucks, and all you get is the clay bar. And the 3M Perfected is the most expensive. It's between 45 and 55 depending on where you buy it. I ordered both of these products through my local auto body distribution center, and I just placed an order today because now I need to clay my entire car. So I got 3 containers of this showing up, and I got 4 of the 3M showing up, just because I like to use a fresh piece when I'm doing the entire car, just because I don't want to recontaminate the surface or reintroduce any kind of scratches while I'm doing my car. So that's it. I mean, that's a demo. I'm going to move the camera over to the front of the car, to the front stripes, and you're going to see maybe a little bit more using the white background. Stay tuned. We're going to do a quick demo on the stripes. Here's the Mothers, the cheap stuff. I mean, look at that. I can still see stuff in the paint. Now, it did pick up a lot of stuff, you know, but it's only around the outside perimeter. It didn't pick up much around there. Wipe that down, and I can still feel stuff that is stuck to the stripes. That's pretty much going to be heavy sap. Let's try the griots. We're going to go over here. I mean, this stuff is absolutely useless, I think. I mean, it picks up a lot of the fine, very, very fine stuff, but it doesn't pick up the larger particles. And yeah, so you could see it's picking it up all around here, here, and here, but there's a lot of flat surface that I was putting pressure on here and here that it's not really grabbing anything. Like I said, this stuff is just not aggressive enough for my needs. I mean, I don't know, they make these products for the DIY type of crowd and the consumer crowd, but yeah, I don't like it. switch over to the Meguiars Professional. I'm going to do both sides. Actually, let me do the left side. And I'm just going to give it and there you go. There's the Meguiars Professional. You could see all the particulate matter embedded here, but nothing over here. And this is where I'm putting pressure with my fingers, here and here. This is not as aggressive. This I would consider a medium. This is a medium aggressive clay. Whereas the 3M, they don't really list it as soft, medium, or heavy. They just list it as, hey, this is the best clay we're going to give you, and it's just going to do the job first time out of the box. So I still got something here. We still have a sap mark here. Now we're going to switch over to the 3M. And that pretty much got everything. One shot. So we're going to move over to this side. And I'm not going to waste time with the other ones anymore right now because, you know, I have to do the entire car. And I'm not doing it now, but I just want to show you guys that the only one out of all of these clays that works with one application, and I'm not BSing anybody, is the 3M Perfected. If you guys have a lot of time in your hands and time is not valuable, or you want to get away from your wife for the entire day to clay your car, hey, so be it. Do whatever you got to do. But if you really want to get the best clay, the best product, the easiest application, take off overspray, sap, embedded contaminants. This will work on glass. This will work on single stage paints. It'll work on lacquer paints. It'll work on base coat, clear coats. It'll work on chrome, stainless steel, everything. This stuff is the best. I can't even tell you how awesome this product is. This is what all the premier body shops are using. They're using 3M Perfected. They're not using griots. They're not using mothers. They're not using chemical guys. They're using Meguiars Professional, and they're using 3M Perfected. And any professional detail shop, they're going to have both of these in their arsenal. But some guys don't even bother with the medium stuff. I mean, it's just one of those things where it's nice to have if you have a delicate car you're working on, like a single stage paint, or a very rare vintage car, and you want to go as least aggressive on the paint. But to be honest with you, if you have any modern car or anything that was repainted like a custom show car and it's done right, you know, with the preparation and good quality products, and you want to get that crap off, and you want to get it off the first time, and you want to get it off the best and the fastest, this is the product to use. 3M Perfected all day long. Don't even waste your time with the auto parts store crap. And like I said, and I'm going to make this another notation, the 3M Perfected, this is not sold in catalogs. This is not sold on detailing forums. This is not sold in retail shops. This is a professional product that you could only buy at a professional auto body supplier or 3M auto body distribution center. That's this product. And the same goes for the Meguiars Professional. You're not going to find this in Walmart. You're not going to find this in Napa. They just don't sell that there. They sell the cheaper version, which I showed you on the workbench. You know, where you pay 20 bucks, you get 2 bars of junk, you get the detail spray, and you get the microfiber cloth. And you're sitting there all day scrubbing over the same area 2, 3, 4 times. And it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. It's not efficient. It's not doing the job the first time around. The application process is the same, no matter what product you use. But as I showed you, the yellow clay bars, the cheap stuff, it just doesn't work good. It works okay. I would give it, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give it a 7. Maybe even a little less than a 7, because you have to do most panels more than once to really get it 100% clean. This, I would give a rating between an 8.5 and a 9.5, and this, I give it a 10 plus. Because this stuff, I never once pulled this out of the jar and went to go use it on a car and it never worked. I never did that. I mean, in the years that I've been using this stuff, I never once pulled out the 3M clay and it let me down. Not once. So that's why I spend the money on the good stuff. I mean, I spent over $300 just today ordering the 3M clay and the meguiars clay, just because I keep it in stock and this is what I use, and this maximizes the application, the productivity, and increases your profits. Because if you're gonna spend 2 and 3 times the amount of time doing the same job, you might as well just shoot yourself in the foot. But hope this demonstration, you're able to see some of the stuff. I hope this will convince you guys. Stay away from the big box store crap. Stay away from griots, even though they make nice fancy catalogs that they send you 10 of them a month. It's garbage. It doesn't work. It doesn't work well. It doesn't work according to my needs. So if you guys are going to clay your car, this is the 2 that you want to use. So here you go. I'm going to put a link in the bottom of the description. Believe it or not, you can get these on Amazon. But if you can't get them on Amazon for any reason, look up, do an online search for a local auto body supply in your area. And if they don't have it, if they're not a 3M distributor or a meguiars distributor, see if they could order it for you. Stay away from the retail crap. This is what you want. But I'm always lean towards the 3M. That's just my preference. This is what I prefer. If you guys have any questions, please post them in the comments below. Thanks.